I'm Roisin Stimpson, and this is my SIP Talk.
Roisin Stimpson, SIP Talk, take one. Is that nice?
I think if you were unfortunate enough not to have a good energy deal before the energy crisis, it's just numbers. Lots of people go under. We were very fortunate in that we had secured very good deals before, in 2020 actually, at the beginning of 2020. So we haven't been affected by the energy crisis in the same way that other people have. And with new bars that we've opened during post-COVID, we've managed to hitch ourselves to landlord bills, for example. So in that way, we've insulated ourselves. But I think we are in a period of contraction rather than expansion. We've expanded actually during that time, as I said, but we've had to contract and we've had to streamline our business. And I think all businesses are doing this. They're getting rid of the fat, as it were. So I think as a result, we run a much better business. We're operationally much slicker. We have very good accounts and managers who understand the business and how to hit targets. And we run it very tight, and we have to, because it's not just the energy crisis, it's all the other crises that happened post-COVID as well. What have we changed? Well, we've changed our menu quite a bit. We used to have quite an expansive, very ornate, elaborate menu, and we've cut down on drinks. We cut down on the ingredients in drinks because I think maybe at times we had too many. And we have made sure that we're reusing ingredients wherever possible. We make sure as well that we work alongside businesses that are run well, so that they deliver on time, they deliver invoices, and we understand exactly what's happening in the business at any one time. And we've had to also manage the cost of living crisis. So it's not really possible for us to not put wages up, because we've got very young people and it's a competitive market, and we have to give the pay rises where they're expected. But we also can't pass that cost on to the customer. So we've had to make some changes and try and cut where we can, but also deliver a range of prices so that it's accessible to people who are feeling the pinch, and also more expensive drinks for people who still want a very premium experience. And that's how we've managed it, really. In terms of tips for other people, there are some good companies out there, like there's one in the UK called Cambridge Zero, who will use satellites and AI to work out how much energy is being lost from your building. Otherwise, I think that it's a case of looking at where you're being wasteful, in terms of not only your overproduction on your menu and your ingredients, or importing sort of silly from silly places, but also in terms of the prep time and the time spent on site, and make sure that it makes sense in terms of the business. Well, I think if you haven't noticed what's going on, your head's been in the sand. So everyone's already aware of it. It's in the news all the time, and it's personally affecting people, the cost of living crisis, the energy crisis, even sort of rental markets in London. So people are very cost aware, and I think their sustainable practices are becoming much, much more every day. So it's becoming cultural practice anyway. People are making staff are making the choice and making suggestions about how we can improve. So it's a sort of two-way thing. I know that on the bar, we've got a big program of reusing a lot of ingredients and making sure that our extraction processes are the best, depending on whichever ingredient, so that it has a long shelf life, that nothing's thrown away. I know we've got rid of lots of syrups, for example. And we just run things very tight and make sure that there's nothing, that we're only really selling what we know is going to be sold, that nothing sits there, nothing's been made unnecessarily. And we just understand business practice much better. I think they say it takes 6 weeks to create a new habit, right? And I think that the threat to the environment is out there. People are very aware of it. I can't imagine people going back on that. I think it would feel quite immoral. I expect that for the foreseeable future, we're going to be treading water. We are in our business at the moment where, we're managing very high costs and profitability is down. But as long as we remain profitable, we can keep going. And I think that things will start to change. It's the nature of life that things turn a corner. You just have to weather the storm at the moment. But bars are very resilient. And I think that COVID showed us that people really do have a desire to commune and to get together, and that we're social animals. And I don't think that that's going to die away. So I expect the long-term future to be positive. Be positive.